Hey everyone, it's Charlie Morgan here, and I wanted to record this quick video to explain why your agency is not getting meetings. And obviously, if you're not getting meetings, you're probably not getting clients because, well, those things tend to go hand in hand. But there's really, at the moment in the current marketing space as of 2021, I can pretty much determine that there's one main reason as to why 90% of agencies are struggling with client acquisition at the moment. It's not to do with competition. It's not really even to do with strategy a lot of the time, but it's to do with something else, and something that I don't know why, but nobody else seems to really be aware of. And a lot of marketing agencies haven't actually thought this thing through, and therefore it's creating so many problems for them and they can't even see it. So to understand why this problem exists, we sort of have to go back in time, right? We've got to go back by a few years to sort of understand it. But before we do that, the reason that you can't get clients is offer, right? That is the one thing that is probably the reason why you're not landing meetings at the moment. Now, if you're not doing outreach, if you're not reaching out to businesses, and if you're not trying to get clients, then obviously that's the main reason why you're not getting any clients, because you're not putting any cause to effect. But if you are doing outreach and it's not working, it's probably because of your offer. You might be thinking, well, how does that make sense? You know, I'm promising these businesses 20 to 50 new customers a month, or I'm telling e-commerce businesses I can triple the growth of their store or whatever like that. But you've got to realize that the landscape of the agency space has significantly changed. The tectonic plates of the marketing agency industry in terms of client acquisition have drastically shifted, and it's really only happened in the last 6 to 12 months. And fortunately enough for our agency, we've seen this one coming a mile off. We predicted it, and we were able to make some adjustments to our offer and our agency to maintain the integrity of our systems as this change happens. But to understand why it's difficult to get clients with a shitty offer is obviously quite straightforward, right? If you've got a shitty offer, then you're not going to get clients. And when we talk about offer, your offer is not, it's not the way that you deliver results. Your offer is not Facebook ads, it's not YouTube ads, it's not funnel building, it's not sales strategies. Your offer is the end result. And it's not only the end result, but it's also how confident you are in the end result, okay? So this all boils down to one word, which is guarantee. Okay, and guarantee is a word that's thrown left, right, and center over the marketing space and the internet marketing space at the moment. And the word guarantee has lost a lot of its power. And you know, even now, if you still include words like guarantee in your outreach, people still won't respond to you because they've heard it so many times before. But what we have to do is we have to look at this paradigm of what a guarantee is, and we have to sort of understand it, and we have to boil it down to its core constituents, which is really just pay on results, right? And when I say pay on results, I'm talking about not necessarily having a commission-based marketing agency, but I'm talking about having an agency that is able to go to businesses and say that it works on a pay on results basis. Now that can be a broad term. It does not literally have to mean that you only get paid when the client makes a sale, but I'm saying like maybe you do, maybe you guarantee a certain amount of leads and give them back their money if it doesn't work. Maybe you guarantee a certain amount of appointments and give them back a certain amount of their money if it doesn't work. If you have not got some element of pay on results or pay on performance or performance-based marketing in your email copy or whatever method you're using to outreach these businesses, it's going to be extremely hard to get clients. And this is the problem, because agency owners, a lot of them, and I include myself in this, of course, we think we're entitled to getting clients if we're decent in what we do, in terms of, you know, knowing how to run Facebook ads or knowing how to build funnels. We believe that we are entitled to clients in the regard that build it and they will come. And I see this happen a lot. I talk to, you know, anywhere between 6 to 8 different agency owners a day now with my new business. And it's quite a recurring theme where people just don't understand why they're not getting clients. They think, you know, we're really good at what we do. We've got a great media buyer. We've got a great in-house team. We've got good systems. We can get our clients results, but we can't seem to get clients to prove we can get them results. Now, the main thing that drives a sale and the main thing that's going to get someone on the phone with you is confidence, right? And it's how confident that person is in your ability for you to actually fulfill what you're saying you can do, if that makes sense. People will not buy from you if they do not have the confidence that you can fulfill your promises. And the issue nowadays is that we've got tens of thousands of agencies in all these different niches promising the same thing. And pretty quickly, this promise, it's worn off. You know, if you're working, for example, our agency is in the gym niche. One of the most common strap lines in the gym niche is, we can help your gym get 15 to 30 new members per month. And that's sort of like that's what everyone says. And even when you stick the word guarantee on there or something, gym owners, they have this sort of banner blindness to these statements now. And the same thing happens with estate agents or real estate agents and chiropractors and dentists and lawyers and mortgage brokers and restaurants. All of these business owners, they now have what we call banner blindness to these offers because they're not different. They're the same as everything else. And the agency space seems to be the only industry, I mean, it's one of the only industries I understand, so I could be wrong here, but it seems to be the only industry where everyone is doing the same thing. So if you look at any other business industry, right, if you look at any other sort of like marketplace or industry or vertical or whatever you want to call it, all of these sectors, they have businesses that operate with unique selling points. Right, so if you look at the restaurants in your local area, sure, some of them might look similar, but in large part they're all going to be different. Or if you look at what's another example? Well, any sort of business. If you look at gyms, right, you've got variety, you've got difference, you've got unique selling points. But what we've got now in the agency space is we've got these entry-level agency courses that you might have bought for $997, typical entry-level agency course, and we've got this sort of copy-paste agency model, which doesn't work because sterility is the main driving force to extinction. And what I mean by that is that there's no variation in our business models. Every agency looks the same. We all have the same appearance, the same offer, the same delivery method. Nothing about what we do is unique anymore. And this is a huge fucking problem because this all goes back to why it's so difficult for you to land clients. It's just because you're not different to anybody else. With organic attraction nowadays, the word saturation is thrown about a lot in the industry, right? Oh, my niche is saturated, or there's too many people in my niche, or my niche is being reached out to too often. That's fine, that's probably the case, but that's no excuse for not landing clients, because now what we're finding is agencies that offer a pay on results solution, a pay per show solution, a pay per lead solution, a pay per booking solution, or something else like that, they are the agencies that are winning. And the reason they're winning is because they're actually different to the competition. And this might seem like business 101, and it truly is. It's just the idea of having a unique selling point is so fundamentally simple, but I don't know why it hasn't been brought to light in the agency space. So like I said at the start of the video, we need to sort of go back in time to understand how this works. Because 4 or 5 years ago, when my partner and I started our agency, getting clients was really fucking easy, right? You would literally you could send 30 cold, and by the way, this was before email deliverability issues and automation software. You could send 30 cold emails with 1 or 2 sentence emails, and you could get, 10 to 15 meetings, and you could sign 50% of those clients without having to really do anything, right? So 4 or 5 years ago, that stuff was really easy, and it was easy to land clients. And the predominant reason behind that was because there was no competition, right? It was a completely blue ocean. And, obviously what we've seen is this exponential growth in agency owners in terms of how many have been introduced to the market, which is fine. And there's so much room to go around, but there's no longer room for agencies that look the same as every other agency out there. Okay, if you look at your LinkedIn profile or your Facebook profile and compare your offer and your offer statements and your promises and everything, and then look at what you've offered and look at your profile, and then go and look at 20 other people in your niche, and you'll probably find that you all look the same. So when you're reaching out to businesses, you're offering the same thing as everybody else. So why would the business respond to you as opposed to everyone else? And what happens now is business owners don't respond to anyone because everyone looks the same, and they've got this paradox of choice or just this complete lack of trust because they just think everybody's out to get them. So the way that we cut through this noise, and the only feasible way to properly and quickly grow an agency in this day and age, is to have a guarantee. And not just a guarantee where you say you guarantee results, because people see straight through that shit nowadays, but it's to have some sort of pay on results or pay per show or pay per lead or performance-based marketing solution. Because as soon as you can start putting words like that into your email copy or your cold outreach, that is the second that you start getting responses. Because as I mentioned earlier, sales is the transfer of emotion, right? So nothing, and as we have Jordan Belfort to thank for that quote, sales is the transfer of emotion. More importantly, sales is the transfer of confidence. So if you're really confident you can get someone results, they're more likely to think you can. But sometimes you don't even have to portray confidence in your service. You just have to have an offer that's such a no-brainer that it gives the confidence off, if that makes sense. So like if I, for example, with Imperium Agency, the new business that my partner and I have started to help agency owners get clients and to fix this massive fucking mess we see. We offer like a pay on results solution for agency owners, where agency owners work with us, they pay us money, and if we don't help them make a return on their investment using our methods, then we refund them in full. And what we're doing now is we're doing cold outreach, right, using cold email and such. And honestly, we're landing like 30% appointment booking rates just because our message is so strong. We've got so much confidence. So you might then be thinking, okay, well, how do I build this offer out? What does that look like? Well, that's up to you. I can't give you the answer, because if I do, then everyone's going to have the same thing. We just go back to the same problem, just with a higher level of service, if that makes sense. But what we can observe in this day and age is that we're starting to sort of observe a manifestation of the principles of capitalism and business as a whole in the agency space, specifically towards the sort of paid traffic 1 to 2K a month retainer model that everyone seems to be running nowadays. It's really interesting because nobody has questioned whether or not the retainer model is actually the right way to do it. You know, nobody has questioned if that's the right way to get what clients want, or to get clients, or to grow an agency. You know, everyone's just seemed to have taken an idea from Tai Lopez or some other guru, and they've taken it at face value without actually looking at the market and wondering if that's what business owners really want. And what we're starting to observe now is that what business owners want is a pay on results paper show, or, you know, paper performance solution. And you might not want to offer that, but it's what the market wants. And what we can observe in every other industry and every other form of business is that the business and the competition, or the type of business that offers most accurately what the market wants, is the business that succeeds and grows. So irrespective of whether or not you want to offer pay on results, or you feel like it's necessary, it's the only and quickest way to win. Because at the moment we have sterility in the marketplace. We have everyone looking the same. There's no variation, there's no unique selling points, there's nothing different really. And what we're seeing now in terms of, you know, with our coaching program for agencies, people come to our coaching program and they're like, you know, they've gone through this sort of copy and paste model, right? And they come to us and they're like, yeah, we're not landing clients. We're like, okay, well, why? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, what's your offer? And they're like, oh, we help e-commerce stores, you know, scale to 6 and 7 figures by Facebook ads. I'm like, okay, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that one before. Now, there's no offense intended for people who have that sort of offer, but it just isn't cut it anymore. Unless you can back it up with some sort of guarantee or some sort of pay on results solution, business owners are blind to this, okay? And the only way to cut through the noise is to have a better offer and a better solution. And really it's interesting to observe, because what we can start to see now is that the businesses that win are the businesses that actually produce the best results. So it's no longer about clever marketing. It's no longer about the best outreach strategy. You know, having an amazing offer will beat amazing copy any day of the week. You know, your copy can just be your offer. Like, hey John, I can help you get 50 new members this month. Pay me per member I bring you, or pay me a commission. Or if I can't help you do that, I'll refund you in full. Or if I can't help you do that, I'll refund you and I'll give you $3,000. You know, that could be your copy, and you would book pretty much every meeting. Every email you send out, you book a meeting, because it's a no-brainer. It's different. And the only other time you don't need an amazing offer is when you have reputation to back you up. So for example, with our agency now, we've served over 350 fitness clients, and we don't need to offer a guarantee or a pay on results solution, because the confidence that the clients need to work with us comes from our past experience, and it comes from all of our testimonials and stuff like that. So we are in the fortunate position. We started 4.5 years ago. We acquired loads of clients and we got them amazing results, and it was really easy to do that. And now we can leverage that past experience to land clients, because, you know, it doesn't matter where the confidence comes from for the client to work with you. The only thing that really matters is that it actually comes in the first place. So whether that confidence is coming from a guarantee, or whether the confidence is coming from testimonials and results you've achieved, it doesn't really matter. But what I see nowadays is a lot of agencies that have a couple of testimonials or a few screenshots, and it's just not enough to cut it. You know, anyone can go and get a media buyer with some past experience and just try to leverage that, those positive results. But if you're new, the quickest and easiest way to grow is to just have a good fucking offer. One that is different, one that stands out, one that has been well thought through, and most importantly, one that resonates with the market. What you really want is an offer where, when you put it in front of your niche or the person you're trying to work with, it sends shivers down their spine. it makes the hairs on the back of their neck stand up, and they sort of say, this is what I want and this is what I need to achieve my goals. So that's probably why you're not getting clients. If you haven't got an amazing offer, then you probably look like everybody else, and everybody else isn't getting good results because they look like everybody else. And what we're seeing is that, we're seeing this 80-20 principle as per usual in the marketplace now, where 20% of agencies are getting 80% of the clients, and 80% of the agencies are getting 20% of the clients. And the separation between that is that 80% of the agencies have shitty offers, and 20% of the other agencies have a really good offer. And honestly, I can't really observe anything else that could have as much of an impact on your client acquisition as the offer. So that's everything for this quick video. Hope it's proved helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers for watching.